Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think President Roosevelt's doing a bang-up job. Yes, I think his New Deal is really something that's going to help the country. But I'll tell you what, those damn politicians are calling it socialism, and they're calling it communism being snuck in our back door. But man, that's going to help a lot of people. Just a second, I forgot. It's time for me to do my video. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. Love you. Sorry about that, folks. Call from the past. Okay. You know, when out hunting for Indian artifacts and relics, you truly never know what you might find. And that's part of the great excitement of it. Indeed, sometimes you might just find common, everyday, ordinary things. And sometimes you might find something quite enigmatic. And I have found many such specimens over the years, and usually under quite unusual circumstances, if you will. With the piece I'm about to show you, though, my discovery was just kind of boring. I was just walking about on a late woodland Indian site on a field here in Saginaw, Michigan, and I looked down and there it was, a white stone with a remarkable resemblance to a bird's head. Of course, I picked it up and brought it home with me. What else would you expect? You can't leave something like that just lying about, right? So the stone itself is very soft and leaves a residue when touched, rather chalk-like. This is the little cutie that I'm talking about, okay? But I'll show you closer images of that in just a moment, okay? So anyways, that being the case, that it is very soft stone, I believe it is sedimentary and has what slightly resembles layering to it, like you'd expect in a sedimentary type stone. This begs the question, though, if this was worked by the hand of ancient man, which I believe it was, could such a soft piece survive in a farm field that is plowed every year? Could such a soft stone survive the thousands of years of erosion, of water hitting it, of dirt hitting it, water washing over it as the river floods, as it often does? Would it not just be broken to pieces, or would it remain intact? One would think it would be broken to pieces, but while those are good assumptions, that's not always the case. Take pottery, for example. I have found hundreds of fragmentary pottery shards on this very same field. But nothing complete. But I did find the complete rounded bottom of a late woodland pottery vessel. I had to take this hat off, folks. It's just hot in here. Now, the bottom of these pots were rounded or pointed to set firmly in the sand or dirt by the campfire so they wouldn't tip over, which was rather ingenious, I think, of the people back then. But the fact is, I did find an intact bottom after all those years of plowing and erosion. So fragile pieces can and do frequently survive. Up in Oscoda, when I was working my old Vanetton Creek site, a late woodland site there going back about 1,500 years, excuse me, got the sniffles today, I actually found the remains of a child-sized pot, about 95% intact. And the only scenario that would be different there is that there wasn't plowing done, but there was definitely the action of the weather, the environment, the trees, the roots, but it survived. Now, this head does not appear to be broken off from a larger piece. It would have been a piece that could have easily been carried by its owner during seasonal migrations, a portable piece of art, if you will. And on the other hand, it is small enough to have been easily concealed and retrieved when the owner returned the next season, as they often did here in Michigan. If it is a bird's head, what sort is it? Surely you can see the resemblance. The beak, the feathers on the back of the head, it very much resembles a bird's head. So as the question I just put, again, if it is a bird's head, what sort of a bird is it? A bird found in nature? A Manitou or spirit bird? I personally don't know of any Michigan or Great Lakes area bird that is ruffled down the back of the head as this one is. The beak is somewhat rounded on the top here. Actually, it reminds me of a rooster, but chickens were not present here in ancient times, at least as far as we know. It would be a remarkable thing to find if there was proof that they were, because it would prove contact with other parts of the world across the vast oceans of emptiness. From the rear, it once again resembles, hold on, that's not right. but anyways, from the rear, it once again resembles a bird with its head slightly turned. When I said from the rear, that was wrong. From the head-on direction, its head looks like it's slightly turned. And the bottom is flat, without, which would facilitate it setting down easily. The rear actually is rounded and looks like it has had no modification to it. Now, if this had more detailed features, they've worn away over the years, and I can picture that actually happening. But the resemblance to a bird cannot be denied. Now, this probable effigy measures about 3.5 by 3.5 by 2 inches thick. What birds were known to be significant to the Native American people of not only the Great Lakes, but also of the Saginaw Bay area, of which this is Farmfield is a part of, we should probably take a look at. But in their great mythological domain, and the Indians had a beautiful and colorful mythology. Sorry about the sawing now. He says the landlord's working on the apartment next door. There's never a peaceful moment here, it would seem like. But at any rate, as I was saying, the mythological domain of the Native Americans was colorful no matter what part of the United States or South America, North America that you went to. In their mythology, the great protector of the Anishinaabe people was the Thunderbird. Now, funny about the Thunderbird, he appears in folk tales of many Native American cultures across the Americas, but actually probably in most of them. Now, that in itself makes me wonder whether there was some great bird that those ancient people saw that no longer exists, that's become extinct for some unknown reasons, or was it just a protector whose fame traveled, across what would be the United States, North America, and South America? There were definitely trade routes between all these points. We know from Michigan to all the way down to South America and all the way out west to the coast. So we do know that there were trade routes, and so there was a possibility of the story of the Thunderbird being transmitted that way, word of mouth, from culture to culture. Now, fowl for food was very important also. Primarily important to them was the turkey, which were abundant in the Great Lakes region. It was a mainstay for the people in this region. And even with these game birds, the Indian was respectful to its spirit and offered thanks to it when it was killed for food. And they did this with most animals that they killed for food. They would leave an offering, a tobacco offering probably, and they would thank the animal for giving up its life to sustain them. They were very, very in tune with that part of nature around them. So what is it that I found and have here? I tend towards the belief that it is a man-made effigy, though I know there will be a lot of people telling me how wrong I am, and that's fine. We have a right to our own opinion, and I want to hear your opinion because perhaps I am wrong. It happened once before, back in the 1980s when I married my first wife. Sorry, I digress. I apologize. I tend towards the belief, though, that it is a man-made effigy, and that it. But I have laid out the facts for you now. Please decide for yourself, and please tell me what you think that this represents, if anything. I want to thank you for stopping by and taking a look at this piece with me, and I love each and every one of you behind that computer screen or TV screen, whatever you're watching this on. You are very important to me, and you are very beloved to me. And I will see you all again real soon. God bless you. Oh, phone ring. Hello? Mr. Roosevelt wants to talk to me personally. All right, well, wait a minute. Just let me turn off my camera, my digital camera here. What's a digital camera? Well, we got a lot of catching up to do. Hold on. Be with you in a minute. Important call. Important business. God bless you.